Project Can Do. Like all good stories, this is a simple one about a small place in the desert trying to do big things, important things, and struggling every day just to keep its doors open. But thanks to the tireless efforts of Rick Mesa, the inspired director, Lost Heads Recovery Ranch remained open. Lost Heads was a dilapidated, bare-bones haven for recovering alcoholics. And that might have been the end of the story, except for the intercession of some very unusual people who not only adopted Lost Heads Recovery Ranch, but have succeeded in enlarging it and enriching it in every way. When a small group of dedicated, caring citizens got together, they set some new forces in motion. But every endeavor needs a catalyst. And in this case, they were the Honorable Leonard Firestone and Edwin C. Johnson. They saw Lost Heads' problems only too clearly, and the most pressing of these was for decent shelter. The first thing they did was to check if the old buildings could be salvaged. Both agreed that there wasn't much to save, but they also saw something else. A one-time member of the world-famous Seabees, with a reputation for doing the impossible, Johnson saw two whole new facilities, each with 20 beds, one for women, one for men. Not the Ritz-Carlton, mind you, but something sturdy, safe, and comfortable. Something of value that would last. In no time at all, Ed Johnson, Leonard Firestone, and Betty Ford threw their hats and their boundless energy and imagination into the ring, along with other movers and shakers. The result was a rally, at which members of the community were invited to learn more about Lost Heads Recovery Ranch and what they might do to help. A fundraiser? Sure. But more than that, a spirit raiser. Before the day was out, promises were made, plans drawn up, and everybody knew that something special was taking place. And some very special people were there, including Ed Johnson.
It says on this, Ed Johnson, LHR, for Lost Heads Ranch, Project Can Do. And I'm going to let Ed tell you what that means. But their efforts...
The real motivation and the real spirit behind what we're about to do and what we call Project Can Do is the gentlemen actually that run this place. The thing that impressed Leonard Firestone and Betty and myself and some others, more than what we're trying to do is something that's a physical problem to build. You can't buy the spirit that Rick Mesa and his gang pour forth into this facility. And that's what caught our attention.
Hi, I'm Betty Ford, and I am a very grateful alcoholic, recovering. Someone says to me, thanks for, being a role model, or thanks for being there and helping me find my problem with drugs or alcohol. And that thank you is merely because somebody helped me. And as you well know, you just can't keep it. You got to give it away. And giving it away, whether it's helping someone else in a 12-step, helping someone else, however it may be, is the biggest reward of this whole program. I love my sobriety.
Then came the magic 48 hours, dubbed Project Can Do, from the World War II Seabees motto, in which diverse members of the community would contribute whatever they could, whether it was $1 or an hour's work. And they came, the famous and the anonymous, pitching in to execute an old-fashioned barn raising. And this, you might say, is a famous painter, a house painter. Leonard Firestone, no less. No Picasso, but as it turned out, a very neat and efficient house painter who worked as hard as anyone else. Labor was donated, materials were donated, and love was donated. In just 48 hours, most of the work had been done, Lost Heads Recovery Ranch, helped by a happening, a gathering of kind, caring people, the famous and anonymous, young and old, united by a single resolve to do something meaningful for people in need of help. There aren't enough medals to go around for all those who deserve them, but it wasn't about medals. It was about a special kind of brotherhood and sisterhood, about working together from dawn until dusk and beyond, about turning on lights where only darkness had been before.
A lot has happened at the Ranch Recovery Centers since the Project Can Do work party of 1985. Decades later, the tireless inspiration of President and CEO Rick Mesa has not only added to the original treatment center, but has expanded the successful program to 3 other locations within Desert Hot Springs. But these improvements didn't happen overnight. Big changes included renovation of the original kitchen, the addition of public restrooms and laundry facilities, and later, an exercise area and swimming pool and basketball courts enhanced the living environment for 46 male and female residents, looking for varied activities as they worked on themselves. During this time, the need for a separate women's treatment facility was becoming evident. Fortunately, both a property and a generous donation came at the same time, which allowed the ranch to purchase Hacienda Valdez at the east end of town in 1991. After much renovation, Hacienda Valdez became a full-service treatment facility for up to 33 women. Nestled in a residential area, the shared home boasts comfortable living quarters, a commercial kitchen, and a formal dining room. Together, 3 lots create a secure property that offers a courtyard, patio, swimming pool, and playground. All complete with solar panels to keep electricity costs low. Hacienda Valdez is exclusively for women and run by women. The credentialed female team addresses the far-reaching effects that alcohol and drug dependency have in a woman's life. Clients are offered the skills and strength to successfully transition back into their families and communities. By 1997, this nonprofit organization had more than proven it was a successful road to recovery. But back at the main campus, the literal bumps and potholes in the actual road that led to this sanctuary were a serious problem. So the dirt driveway was finally paved, improving that first impression when entering the now men's-only facility equipped for 41. Sitting in the middle of 79 secluded acres in the majestic hills, high above Desert Hot Springs, this serene environment fosters the treatment process. By the early 2000s, the 12-step meetings at the ranch were growing and growing, with over 100 community members gathering weekly. And with more and more families coming to meetings, a children's playground was beyond a luxury. It became a necessity. An expansion of the administrative facilities added more space to include a family program. With the idea that recovery is a family matter, the ranch offers 3-day workshops every month to family members 14 and older, as well as significant others who are in the ranch recovery programs. These workshops, as well as weekly meetings, are an integral component of treatment and has been proven essential to long-term sobriety. As interest in the ranch continued, a new structure was added. The Community Outreach Building opened in 2014, offering more than a commercial kitchen and dining room for residents. This important gathering place serves the needs of everything from social events for the ranch and the community at large, to training workshops for professionals of various trades. In 2017, the Affordable Care Act created a major shift in alcohol and drug recovery programs. In order to comply and offer services to clients on Medi-Cal, the ranch had to add a physician's office, nurse's station, and a full detoxification space, plus add the licensed staff required in such facilities. From 2017 to 2019, The staff at the ranch grew from 23 people to 56, plus 6 contracted personnel. A jump like that meant new offices and more of just about everything in all directions. The same medical and detox upgrades were necessary in Hacienda Valdez as well. Because sobriety is a lifelong commitment and transitioning from treatment to conventional life is not always easy, the Ranch Recovery Centers also has 2 sober living facilities, Mesa Vista, available to 9 qualifying male clients, and Harmony House, which offers a safe haven for 6 women in recovery. Building the ranch and its expanded facilities has taken heart, talent, time, and the generosity of so many. It's truly impossible to thank the countless people who have played a role in the successful development of the ranch. But from that initial Project Can Do to the everyday can-do support of staff, volunteers, and donors, the light at the ranch blazes on for those seeking sobriety. And for that, there are so many who are eternally grateful.
My name is Mallory, and 5 years ago, you would have found me under the Washington Street Bridge as a heroin addict. 15 was when I went to my first rehab. 23 years later, 21 rehabs later, I made it to the ranch, and my life changed. Today, I'm a productive member of society. I have a great life that I never anticipated, that I could have never done without the help of the ranch. Being a heroin addict, the biggest fear that I had was the pain that I would have to go through with the detox. And the ranch helped me make that not hurt. They provided free detox for me and helped me in so many ways that I still carry with me today. I have a son that's 20, and the ranch made the damage I did with that relationship okay. I was able to accept the choices that I've made and the consequences, and I was able to move forward with my life without hurting myself and hurting other people. And I'm so grateful for that. And even at my very weakest moment, when I wanted to leave, they helped me and I stayed. And to this moment, I can't tell you what made me stay, but I stayed. And my life has changed tremendously. And while I was at the ranch, the funny thing about it was I worked in the kitchen, and I always told them I was going to go to work on El Paseo. And they said, "Are you going to be in the kitchen?" And I said, "No, I belong in the front of the house." And that's exactly where I've made it. And I've worked at the same job now for 5 years, and I'm the happiest that I've ever been. And it all started on February 27, 2019, when I went to the ranch.
I'm an addict named Mike. I have had a lot of rough times in my life, and it led me in and out of prison, on and off the streets, and I came in touch with an opportunity to go to the Ranch Recovery Center, where I learned a lot about the NA program, got really involved in the NA program, worked on some of my steps there, and eventually moved on to Mesa Vista, sober living for the ranch. And while I was there, I just continued to become part of the NA program and associate with other addicts in recovery, my predecessors that have been there and done that. And I followed suggestions of not just case managers and staff members at the ranch, but other people in the program. And I led me to an entry-level job in treatment, where I just worked hard and grew. And I just recently got my KDAC, passed my state exam. Since then, I just haven't looked back, and I'm so grateful for the Ranch Recovery Center and all that they provided for me when I had nothing. I was in prison, had nowhere to go, and the ranch afforded me such an opportunity for me to get a new start on life, and I'm so grateful for that.